Good day, everyone. So today we're going to discuss chapter 3, which is the nature of performance-based assessment. So basically, when we say performance-based assessment, it answers the questions that what products or performance we want the students to produce, or the evidence of their learning or the understanding, and how do we want them to provide evidence that they can transfer their learning to the real life situations. So today, as an overview of the performance-based assessment, so the traditional testing cannot measure a number of skills directly. So skills requiring the demonstration of the student's understanding by creating an answer, carrying out performance, or producing the product, which involves independent judgment, critical thinking, and decision making are the best assessed with performance tests. So this type of authentic assessment provides evidence of what the students know and can do in the context of the real life situations or scenario. So this chapter gives an introduction to performance assessment. So it discusses the nature, principles, types, advantages, and limitations of the performance-based assessment. We have here the two learning outcome. First is the section intended learning outcome, which is apply the principles in constructing and interpreting performance-based assessment. The second is chapter intended learning outcome. At the end of the chapter, you should be able to analyze the nature and the essential characteristics of the nature of the performance-based assessment. So we're down to the meaning and the characteristics of the performance-based assessment. So performance-based assessment is a process of the creative aspect of the students in bringing out what they know and what they can do through different performance tasks such as exhibits, projects, and work samples. So in this performance-based assessment, the students are given a chance or when it comes to the performance. So maybe they are not good in the written exams, but when it comes to the mga performance activities, they can do or they can excel in that area. According to Fernan 2005, performance-based assessment is an alternative from assessment that move away from traditional paper and pencil tests. So, according to Fernan, so the performance-based assessment is an opposite or another term of assessment, another way of assessing the students. No, not only just in paper pencil test, which measures the knowledge and understanding of the students. So because no, there are students naman na they are not good, they are not really good in the written exams, 'di ba? As I have said earlier. So this performance based assessment really help those students uh, to excel in the area of their in terms of performing, 'di ba? So like like dancing, singing, doing their art, and many more that can be that is considered to be a performance, no? So according to Macmillan 2007, performance-based assessment is one in which the teacher observes and make judgment about the student's demonstration of a skill or competency in creating a product, constructing a response, or making a presentation. No? So here in performance-based assessment, the teacher will do their judgment. So they can through this performance-based assessment, they can judge the student or the students based on the students learning about the topic, no, not just only in the written exam. So through the performance-based assessment, the teacher can see how the students learn from their subject, or what is the understanding in the learning of the students through with that subject through their performance. No, they can apply those learning through their performance. Either in singing, dancing, or doing the some arts. And next, so moreover, according to Lean 1995, stated that performance assessments provide a basis of the teachers to evaluate both the effectiveness of the process or procedure used. No? Example, the approach of the data collection, manipulation of instruments, and the product resulting from the performance of the task, or the completed report of the results, or the completed artwork. So this performance based assessment really will provide the teachers a basis for the teachers to evaluate their students if their teaching pod is effective enough to their students. And because through this performance based assessment, they can see if the students or um, really understand the topic or the subject, no, through performing the activities. So in this way, the teacher can evaluate those students, no, totong mga estudyante na they are not really good in written exams, but they will excel in the performance based assessment. Mm. With this performance-based assessment, the students really can showcase their talents, their different hidden talents. No, if they are not good in their in written exams, so here in performance-based assessment, they can showcase their talents. They can they are very good in dancing and singing and drawing or acting. So there are students naman na they can't really excel in the kaning written exam. So they are very good in other kaning area.
Good day everyone, I am Nieva Jane Huasca from B.Ed second year. So this will be the continuation of Chapter 3, Nature of Performance-Based Assessment. So, performance product or output produced by the students that provide concrete example of their knowledge and understanding of the subject matter. This performance allow them to demonstrate the application of what they have learned with their schemata as well. Student may also engage in some tasks that are useful not only within the four walls of the school, such as doing a field work, demonstrating rules and guidelines, and engaging into extension services. So, a process-oriented assessment provide insight on the student critical thinking, logical, and reasoning skills. This will lead them to independent learning and set goals for future use. So, when we say a performance product, it is tangible outputs created by the student to demonstrate their knowledge and understanding of the subject. This product showcase application of their knowledge and can include fieldwork, rule demonstration, and extension services. And process-oriented assessment, it is evaluate critical thinking, skills, and promote independent learning and goal settings. Together, these assessments provide a comprehensive evaluations of a student's abilities and foster deeper understanding and independent learning. Next, we are going to discuss some performance assessment proponents contend that genuine performance assessment must possess at least three features. First, we are going to discuss the multiple evaluation criteria. So when we say multiple evaluation criteria, the student's performance must be judged using more than one evaluation criterion. So, when evaluating a student's performance, it is important to use multiple evaluation criteria to provide a comprehensive and well-rounded assessment. This ensures that the different aspects of the student's abilities and knowledge are considered. Using multiple criteria allows for fair and accurate evaluations, capturing a broader range of skills and knowledge. And also, it is encouraged the development of diverse competencies, clearly defining and communicating these criteria to students is essential for effective assessment. Next is the pre-specified quality standard. Each of the evaluative criteria on which a student's performance is to be judged is clearly explicated in advance of judging the quality of the student performance. So when we say a pre-specified quality and standard, it involves clearly defining and explaining the evaluative criteria in advance assessing a student performance. This ensures that both students and evaluators understand the expectations for evaluating the quality of the work. So it promotes transparency, fairness, and consistency in assessment process. Students can align their efforts with defined standards, while evaluators have a clear framework for assessing the performance. Pre-specified quality standards contribute to a more meaningful and effective assessment process. The last one is the judgmental appraisal. So unlike the scoring of selected responses, a task which electronic computers and scanning machines can once program carry on without the need of a humankind. Genuine performance assessment depend on human judgment to determine how acceptable a student performance really is. So when we say judgment appraisals in genuine performance assessment, human judgments are essential for determining the acceptability and quality of a student's performance. Unlike automated scoring and selected response tests, performance assessment requires subjective evaluations and interpretations. Human evaluators bring their expertise and professional judgment to assess the complexity, authenticity, and effectiveness of the performance. With technology can support the administrative of performance assessments. It cannot replace need for a human in judgment in evaluating the nuances and interstices of a student's performance. Human evaluators provide a comprehensive and meaningful assessment by considering various aspects and contextual factors. All education institutions expect students to demonstrate different skills in various learning areas and most often subjective to classroom performance assessment. Some INC characteristics of these assessments, which can be observed in actual classroom settings, may include student performance, creations, constructions, and production of the product, which plans can assist deep understanding and reasoning skills. The performance involves engaging ideas of importance and substance which students can explain, justify, and define. Lastly, through the performance should be grounded to real-world context which calls for authenticity. Educational institutions expect students to demonstrate skills across various learning areas, often through the classroom performance assessment. These assessments have key characteristics observed in the classroom setting, including settings performance, creation of products, engaging with important ideas, and grounding in real-world context. Students showcase their understanding and reasoning skills by actively participating in tasks and activities, generating tangible outputs, explaining and defending their ideas, and applying their knowledge in practical situations. Classroom performance assessments provide opportunities for students to demonstrate their abilities and connect their learning to real-world experience. And that's all for my part. Thank you.
Once again, good day. I am Jonami Rivera and I will be discussing the different types of performance tasks. The main objective of the performance task is to capture all the learning targets which shall be aligned to the teaching and learning objectives, activities, and assessment. Thus, the focus of performance-based assessment is the final output that must be developed or completed. This could be in form of problem solving, demonstration, tasks, and other authentic experiences that would influence the thinking processes, skills, and products required from performance tasks. Below are some performance-based assessment, and that is according to Mushal 2009. The first types of performance tasks is solving a problem. Critical thinking and problem solving are important skills that need to be sharpened and developed by the learners. Teachers may include activities and make sense of complex authentic problems or issues to be solved by the students. This helps the students become independent thinkers and learners for life, and help them meet the challenges of the 21st century. So when we say solving a problem, it is the act of defining a problem, determining the cause of the problem, identifying, prioritizing, and selecting alternatives for a solution and implementing a solution. Next is completing an inquiry. An inquiry task is one in which the students are asked to collect data in order to develop their understanding about a topic or issue. Examples of inquiries include a science investigation, research-based activities, survey, and interviews or independent studies. So the students determine what data are needed and under what conditions that data should be collected, present data, and develop conclusions. The third one is determining a position. This task requires students to make decision or clarifying a position. Case analysis and issue-related activities or debate are some examples of this task. Demonstration task. When we say demonstration task, this task shows how the students use knowledge and skills to complete well-defined complex tasks. Students explain or describe how something works or how to do something when they perform this task. Examples are demonstrating steps or procedures of cooking, explaining the earthquake safety procedures, and demonstrating how to set up microscope for viewing slides. And the focus of the demonstration task is accuracy in clarifying the steps of process as well as careful reasoning concerning the rationale for each step of the process. Let's talk about developing exhibit. These exhibits are visual presentations or displays that need little or no explanations from the creators. An exhibit is offered to explain, demonstrate, or show something. Classroom applications include exhibit of best works, pictures or paintings, projects, or even portfolios. Then, next one is presentation task. This is a work or a task performed in front of an audience, storytelling, singing and dancing, musical play or theatrical acting, or some presentations which demonstrate presentation task. And the last type of performance task is capstone performances. These are tasks that occur at the end of a program study and enable students to show knowledge and skills in the context that matches the world of practicing professionals. These tasks include research paper, practice teaching, internship or on-the-job training, or what we call OJT. They are designed to challenge students to think critically, solve complex problems, and demonstrate their readiness for work in their field. With the different types of performance tasks, the teacher may decide what and when materials should be used, specifies the instructions for performance, describe the kinds of outcomes toward which students should work, tells the students they are being assessed.
So, hi everyone, I am Sandra M. Rasunabe and we will be discussing the strength and limitations, and I will be the one who will discuss the strengths. As we explore the nature of performance assessment and examine the different types of assessment tasks, several authorities discuss the advantages of performance assessments over other assessments. First, performance assessment clearly identifies and clarifies learning targets. It must be authentic performance tasks such as real-world challenges and situations can closely match with the various complex learning targets. And absolutely, performance assessment is crucial for clearly identifying and clarifying learning targets. It provides a structured way to evaluate how well students are meeting specific educational objectives, helping both educators and learners understand what needs improvement and what has been achieved. Second, performance assessment allows students to exhibit their own skills, talents, and expertise. Tasks show integration of the students' skills, knowledge, and abilities, provide challenge and opportunities to exhibit their best creation. Performance assessment empowers students to showcase their unique skills, talents, and expertise, and also it allows students to demonstrate their understanding and abilities through projects, presentations, and other hands-on activities. Third, performance assessment advocates constructivist principle of learning. Students are more engaged in active learning and give more opportunities to demonstrate their learning in different ways in complex tasks. Performance assessment aligns well with the constructivist principle of learning because we all know that constructivism emphasizes active engagement and the construction of knowledge through experiences and interaction with the environment. Performance assessment provides opportunities for students to actively engage in real-world tasks, solve problems, and supports the development of deeper understanding and meaning construction. Fourth, performance assessment uses a variety of approaches to student evaluation. This offers students a variety of ways of expressing their learning and increases the validity of students' evaluation. Performance assessment indeed embraces a variety of approaches to student evaluation. These approaches can include project-based assessment, portfolios, presentations, simulations, performances, exhibitions, and more. And through diverse evaluation methods, performance assessment ensures that students' abilities and understanding are assessed in ways that best suit their individual learning styles and preferences, and it also promotes more progress and achievements. And also, the teachers may share criteria of assessment before the actual evaluation so that students can use these criteria as well. Lastly, performance assessment allows the teachers to explore the main goal and processes of teaching and learning process. Teachers may reflect and revisit learning targets, curriculum, instructional practices, and standards as they utilize performance-based assessment. And they may use a variety of teaching strategies and techniques and explore how students will use the instructional material and resources given to them. By observing and evaluating students' performance on various tasks and activities, teachers gain valuable insights into how effectively their instructional methods are helping students achieve learning objectives. Also, this allows for ongoing reflection and adjustment of teaching strategies to better support students' learning and success. And additionally, performance assessment encourages teachers to focus on the development of critical thinking, problem solving, and other essential skills aligning with the broader goals of education.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Sitirayan A. Muntawal. So, this is the continuation of our report. So, though performance assessments offer several advantages over traditional objective assessment procedures, they have distinct limitations as well. So, we have first, development of high quality performance assessment is tedious process. I must say, tedious process. It is a frustrating process. So, performance assessment needs careful planning and implementation. It is very time consuming to construct good tasks. Teachers have to make sure that the performance tasks expected from the students are authentic and match the outcome to be assessed and not with other qualities that are not part of the outcomes to be assessed. So, quality scoring rubrics are difficult to create as well. Next, performance assessment requires considerable amount of time to administer. So paper and pencil takes 15 to 20 minutes per task to complete depending on the number of items. Most authentic tasks take a number of days to complete. Most of the time, performance assessment is administered to small groups of students, unlike traditional testing, which is simultaneously administered to an entire class. Next, performance assessment takes a great deal of time to score. So, the more complex the process and performance, the more time you can expect to spend on scoring. To reduce the scoring time, crafting a high quality rubrics is recommended. Next, performance task score may have lower reliability. So this resulted to inconsistency of scoring by teachers who interpret and observation quite differently. With complex tasks, multiple correct answers, and fast-paced performances, scoring depends on teachers' own scoring competence. Next, performance task completion may be discouraging to less able students. So, some tasks that require students to sustain their interests for a longer time may discourage disadvantaged students. They may have partial knowledge of the learning target but may fail to complete the task because it does not allow them to utilize this partial knowledge effectively and efficiently. So here we can see a summary of strengths and weakness of performance assessment. So we have the integrates assessment with instruction. Learning occurs during assessment, provides opportunity for formative assessment, tends to be more authentic than other types of assessments, more engaging like active involvement of students, provides additional way for students to show what they know and can do. So we have weakness, reliability made difficult to establish. It requires considerable teacher time to prepare and students' time to complete. Difficult to plan for amount of time needed and limited ability to generalize to a larger domain of knowledge. So that will be all. Thank you.